Well, hello, students. Once again, this is Professor Levy at Northampton Community College. It is my pleasure to be working with you this semester in the history of the American Civil War. I hope you're enjoying the course so far, and I'm recording this video as another effort to establish a little more personal communication with those of you who are working mostly in our online environment. I had the pleasure of meeting a number of you this past Sunday at the viewing of our Civil War film series. We started with Gone with the Wind, and it was a great film, and some of you came and I got to meet you in the flesh, so to speak. For those of you who couldn't, I'm recording this video today to cover a couple of things. One, to talk about our course, also to prepare you for our first exam, which will start on Thursday and run throughout the weekend until midnight on Sunday. And then also to talk a little bit about your paper topic proposals as you think about your own research project. So let me tell you a little bit about our class. Hopefully you've read something about your classmates, but although you can't see them, we have a very interesting group. I just made some notes based on some of your essays, your autobiographical descriptions of those that I thought were particularly interesting and particularly well written. We're happy to have with us Kelsey. Kelsey grew up raising horses on a farm in Bahana. Her grandfather is a historian in his own right, and this has possibly passed on the love of history to his daughter. We also have Dawn. She is of proud Polish heritage. Her family maintains many Polish traditions, but she wishes that they had passed down more of the language to their descendants. She loves writing and visiting museums, historical locations, especially military ones, and that might explain why she's interested in this course on the Civil War. We also have Dylan. He was born in Honduras, but was raised in Pennsylvania since he was 2 months old. He is an athlete, a guitarist. His goal is to become a history teacher and a football coach. So if you're going to be a history teacher, then of course you're going to have to know the Civil War and expect you to do very well. Jessica, her essay was truly outstanding. She understood that the purpose of the assignment was to create an historical narrative of your life that allowed the reader to understand who you are. Jessica accomplished this task in a very interesting and compelling manner. I not only learned a lot, I enjoyed reading it too. Kathleen, she may be the baby of our group at only 18 years of age. Yet, despite youth, she has lived a very full and interesting life, which was chronicled in a very well-written essay. She did an excellent job of researching her family genealogy and tracing important moments in her life that have led her to this point. In addition, her warm and outgoing personality emerged from every paragraph of her essay. Good job, Kathleen. I also like the essay by Linus. His family arrived on the Mayflower, although the number of people who claim that have led me to believe that in order for the Mayflower to have been one ship, it must have been a cruise line. However, Linus has proof in the fact that his ancestors engraved their names on Plymouth Rock. It is such a beautiful story that we won't raise pesky questions about the historicity of that particular legend about the rock there on Plymouth. The rest of his family is equally as rich and diverse with experiences. Today, Linus lives with his wife and 2 daughters. Just a few more. Lewis wrote a very inspiring essay that traced his journey from the Dominican Republic as a child through his education in the United States. The essay was so well written that it is astonishing how much his English skills have developed from the time his grandmother taught him words like dog and cat. Lewis has an inquisitive mind and a love of learning that has served him well over the years. He is studying to become an IT support technician. Finally, we have Michael. Michael courageously submitted a very candid autobiography in which he described his many mistakes and challenges that he's had to overcome. I really appreciated the frankness and the candor of his essay. I will leave the details for you to read, but the essay was informative, moving, and quite engaging. Today, Mike is on track, working towards a degree in business management and training for a marathon. Well, these are just a few of the many essays that you submitted at the beginning of the course. I'm referring to them just to give you a sense of what a great group we have. Of course, you're reading each other's comments and essays each week in your discussions, and they've been going well. They're all graded up to this point, so you know exactly where you stand coming into this first exam. Let me say something about the exam. Uh, my advice for preparing for this exam is follow the syllabus. It is the roadmap to our course. It is the GPS of everything that we're doing. At this point, we're in week 4, and we're exactly where we should be. So you're responsible for everything that's been assigned. Both the readings, you should be up to chapter 7 of David McPherson's Ordeal by Fire. This is our main text for the course, and you've been reading it, so you should be up to chapter 7 of the book. Check our weekly assignments. A few weeks I supplied you with PowerPoint presentations going over some points that I thought were very important. Um, I will not ask any questions based on the films that I recommend, nor will I ask questions based on Professor David Blight's Civil War lectures from Yale University. I think they're very helpful. I think they're very informative, but I do not test you on that, although it covers a lot of the same material. Now, the exam is up now. It will remain up until midnight on Sunday, so you could take it at the time that you're most comfortable. A couple of things about this exam. One, I use a security program called Respondus Lockdown Browser. If you go to the Test tab in Blackboard, you click Test, you'll see some instructions about that this is not an open book exam. You cannot use notes. You cannot use the review sheet that I have there. You can only use your brain. Um, and the security program is called Respondus. It is already on all the college computers on this campus. If you're taking this exam from home, you will need to load that browser on your computer. There is a Respondus Lockdown folder in the test folder, and I have a separate video in that explaining detailed instructions on how to load the program, how to test it using a test program, just to make sure your equipment is functioning properly. You do not need any special passwords. The Respondus program, once you're in it, will take you to Blackboard. Then you open the exam as you normally would. I recommend that you try out all the software for this early before, say, Friday evening, while people are here at the computer help desk. So if you have any problems, you can call and someone could walk you through. But it's not very complicated. It's basically just a web browser, but you cannot take the exam in a normal web browser like Microsoft Explorer or Firefox. The reason for that is that the Respondus Lockdown browser will not allow students to cheat by, say, opening up another website and trying to Google the answer, or trying to look for the answers on Wikipedia, things that most honest students would never try. But that's the purpose, really, and we have to have confidence in the integrity of our exam, since I'm not there to watch you. So apologize for the kind of inconvenience, but it does add a level of security and confidence to the results that come from this exam. Finally, let me talk about your paper topic. I'm extending the deadline for the paper topics until next week, so that you don't have to prepare for the exam and write your paper topic proposal. But next week, I would like to know what you have chosen to do your research paper on. The research paper is an 8 to 10 page paper based on research. The only guidelines in terms of boundaries is it must relate to the American Civil War in some direct way. I have a paper folder. I created a new tab in Blackboard called Paper. And when you open up that tab in there, you'll see sample papers of what a good history paper looks like. I have a style sheet going over things like footnotes and bibliography and all those kind of questions. I have a PowerPoint presentation in there taking you through the paper step by step. And I have a list of possible paper topics that was compiled by an actual student who took this course last semester. And she came up with just dozens of possible papers that students could do on the Civil War. They're interesting, they're fascinating. So if you're stuck or wondering what you might want to do, take a look at those suggestions. Otherwise, you can choose your own topic. Uh, it should be about a one-page statement, not just a title, but a one-page statement of what your paper is going to be about, your particular approach to it, the kind of questions you're interested in, and also I would like to see a preliminary bibliography, a list of scholarly books or scholarly articles that show me that you have enough material upon which to build this paper. So submit that by, I would say, the end of next week. In the paper folder there, the way you would do that, we no longer have the digital Dropbox if you're familiar with that old system. But instead, when you go to the paper tab, there will be a place under the assignment for you to open up a box, attach your proposal, and submit it to me. You could also copy and paste it and put it in the text box if you prefer. Either one of those methods are fine. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you and seeing you again. Hope you're enjoying the course, and I wish you the best of luck on this first exam. Take care. Be well.